Welcome back to Roots of Resilience, episode 13. Today we're going to talk about being grounded and present in the moment and how to feel strong. So I'd like to start with the metaphor of the tree. Trees don't survive storms because of what happened to them in the past. They survive because of how deeply they're rooted in the right now. This episode is about the kind of strength that lives in the present moment. Not the strength you inherited, not the strength you're building towards, but the strength available to you today, in this body, in this season, in this exact time in the world. We're living through a time right now that really tests just how rooted we are. We have a lot of division, uncertainty, and upheaval that makes that ground beneath us feel unstable. And when that ground shifts, the temptation is to really grip onto the past so hard that it bruises, or to scan the future so anxiously that we lose contact with what's actually beneath our feet right now. A well-rooted tree does not argue with the wind. It bends, it holds, and it remains. Its roots are not memory, they are presence. So in this episode, we're going to talk about how to become genuinely grounded emotionally, physically, creatively, and spiritually in the present moment. We're going to look at the belief systems that we carry and examine whether they're still rooted in truth or they're outdated. And the purpose and the goal of today is really to return to hope, not as a distant destination, but something available to you right now in this moment if you're willing to reach down and find it. So the image of the tree is one of the oldest symbols in human culture. Not because trees are fragile things that need protecting, but because they're among the most resilient living systems on Earth. The tree is always responding to now. It doesn't photosynthesize yesterday's light. It responds to the light that it has available today. So what does it really mean to be grounded? Because grounding is a word that gets used often in wellness spaces, but what does it actually mean for an artist living in a turbulent world? So to be grounded is to be present in your body, not just in your thoughts, and aware of what you're actually feeling, not what you're performing. It's connected to something stable beneath all the chaos, your values, your breath, your creative purpose. And you're able to respond instead of react because there's enough stillness within you to create space between the stimulus and the response. So grounding doesn't mean being unmoved. A tree is moved by the wind, and grounding means being able to move with it without being uprooted. So much of what we talk about when we're talking about resilience tends to be in hindsight. We say, oh, I survived that. And we recognize our strength after the storm has passed. But resilience is also a present tense practice, and that's what we're working on right now. So by continuing to show up for your creative life despite uncertainty and acknowledging what you're carrying without being crushed by it, or choosing again and again not to be hopeless and to personally have that final word. This is resilience happening in real time. You don't have to wait to look back at it. You can feel it right now. So before we can actually root ourselves in the present, we need to honestly acknowledge what the present actually contains. So what are the burdens? What's the weights that we have sitting on our shoulders right now? So for many of us, that may include political and social unrest or personal grief. You may be facing creative doubts that are amplified by external noise, or financial pressures for your creative life, or more commonly, just exhaustion. You're exhausted because you're caring deeply about the world and it's pushing back, or the specific ache of wanting to create something and not knowing if it matters. This is not a list of problems to fix. It's an honesty inventory of what you're holding on to, like what you're experiencing, what you're feeling. And the first act of rootedness is this. You don't have to pretend that you're not holding it. It's sort of like the tree doesn't hide from the storm. It stands in it. It accepts it. It's rooted. It's present. And it's honest about the wind. So there's something really, truly powerful about naming what we carry. Not to amplify it or to mull over it, but just to acknowledge it clearly to ourselves so that it stops operating in the shadows. Artists understand this instinctively. Their work is about making the invisible visible, giving form to what lives beneath the surface. And naming the current weight is not a weakness, it's actually an artistic act. Naming it also creates a boundary. Once something is named, you can make choices about it. You can choose to decide to put something down or walk away from it temporarily. You can decide to carry it differently, or you can decide that this is something that needs to be carried collectively as part of a community and it's not yours alone to hold. So let's look at what the difference is between acknowledging what you carry and being crushed by it. So roots allow us to carry the weight without collapsing. The tree holds tons of canopy, of bark, of life because it's the root system that's distributing the load. So emotional grounding does that same kind of work. So when you're connected to your breath, your body, your creative purpose, or other people who share your values, it becomes something larger than just your individual fear. The weight gets distributed. You're not necessarily lighter, but you're held in those support systems, and being held is different than being crushed. We're talking about naming what you're carrying, but we also want to name some of the positives. So it's not all about just the negatives, the things that are a burden on us, that are making us feel a little hopeless. We need to look at the positives. Hope is something that you're carrying, even when it's battered and bruised and beaten down, when it feels really quiet and you can't really feel it, it's still there. We all hold hope. And it has survived everything just as you've survived so far. So we need to acknowledge some of the positive things that we're holding on to as well. Sometimes through acknowledging and naming those negatives, it's sort of like clearing the debris, and we can assess what's really going on and make room for the positives to fill our lives and to leave us feeling more fulfilled. Choosing to replenish yourself when the world is demanding, when there's always more to carry, more to do, when rest feels like it's a luxury, is one of the most hope-laden things that you can do. It says, I need this energy for something, and I believe in the future I'm moving towards, and that it's worth preparing for, and I believe that my creative life is worth sustaining. So this isn't passive hope. That's hope enacted in the body, in your daily choices, and in the act of feeding what you want in order to keep growing. Some people may think that grounding is nothing more than a metaphor, but it's actually a physical reality. Your nervous system, under prolonged stress, loses its ability to regulate. The body holds tension and hypervigilance or numbness as protective responses to a world that feels unsafe. And for artists who are often highly sensitive and absorb the world deeply, the nervous system and its regulation is not optional. It's the infrastructure that makes creative work possible. When we're physically grounded, we're able to access the creative parts of our brain and not just the survival parts. We're able to recognize nuance and beauty and make deliberate choices and be more open to connection. So I want to talk about a couple of grounding practices that you can use just to get into sort of like that present tense. Because anxiety can pull us into a place where we're really experiencing sort of like a doomsday mentality and we're just not able to really be in the present. So I want you to ask yourself a couple of questions when you're starting to feel like that heavy burden and negativity and you're not really being able to see the hope anymore. So ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Specifically, where am I feeling it in my body? And what do you know to be true about this moment? Name what's causing this. What's actually happening as opposed to what you're afraid might be happening. Once you've named what's happening and you're naming where you're feeling this in your body, spend 15 minutes or even 5 or less if that's all you have, and do something intentional. It can be a sketch, a single sentence, or even just a mark on a piece of paper, or hum a melody. The purpose is not to start creating something new. It's just to be present in the moment and to do something intentional to divert your thoughts and to get more into your creative space and away from the negativity. So the next one I want to bring up is actually something that I've done with some women's groups, and it's to create anchor objects. So an anchor object is something physical that you associate with safety, strength, or groundedness. It can be a stone, a piece of art, an object from nature, or something that somebody even gave you. And it's something that you associate with being grounded. So that anchor object is something that you can grab onto and hold. I know lots of people really love stones, and just, my daughter used to actually carry a stone in her pocket, and that was intentional, so that when she was feeling anxiety, she could reach into her pocket and she could grab her stone and she could rub it. And that gave her that moment of coming back into herself. That was her intentional action, her intentional thing to do. Some people might, rub the back of their hand in a circular motion just to have that I'm here, I'm present, and really pay attention to the sensation of your skin, the sensation of the rubbing, and it helps you come back into really a present moment. So for those of you who are maybe having a hard time getting into creation right now, that you're having that difficulty getting into that sort of mindful place, and to be able to transition from the negativity into the creative, to transition into hope, one of the things that we can do to sort of help us get there is to actually create a small ritual. And it can be something really, really simple. It might just be sitting down and having a cup of coffee with no noise. Or maybe you want to listen to a specific song. Or maybe if you're painting or drawing, is to lay your hands on the surface of the artwork before you begin. The point is that it's intentional and consistent. This is the thing that you're going to do every time. You're going to have your little ritual that when I do this, I am intentionally moving into my creative space. And as you continue to repeat it, and you make this part of your routine, that before I start, this is what I'm going to do, you're telling your body, we're crossing a threshold. We're entering ground that belongs to creativity. So when you do create something, whether it's AI art or physical art, what I want you to do when you're done, I want you to place one hand on your chest and one hand on the artwork. And I want you to feel the connection about what's inside you and what's in the art. And that connection that you feel between you and the art that you're creating, this is the root. This is your resilience. This is you creating present tense resilience. So with that strength in mind, let's move on to our meditation. For today's meditation, we'll be doing roots of resilience. We're going to focus on being grounded, present, and strong. So I'd like you to find a comfortable position, seated or lying down, however your body needs to be right now. Let your hands rest somewhere easy. There's no correct place for them. If closing your eyes feels comfortable, let them close. If you prefer them soft and low, that's just as welcome. Take one slow breath in through your nose. And release it gently through your mouth. Notice what is beneath you right now. The chair, the floor, the earth below that, all the way down. It's solid. It's patient. It's been here longer than your worry, and it will be here after. You do not have to hold yourself up right now. Let the ground do what it has always done. Let it hold you. You are welcome here. With whatever you are carrying, with however this day has been, you don't need to set anything down to be present here. Bring all of it. The ground can hold it. I want you to imagine yourself standing outside somewhere quiet. The time of day is whatever feels soft to you. early morning or dusk, the particular quiet of an overcast afternoon. The air is still. Look down at the ground beneath your feet. You're standing on soil that's rich, dark, and complex. Take a moment to really see it. Its depth of color, its texture. This soil holds everything. The fallen leaves, the rain, the seasons of drought and the seasons of abundance. The things that decompose so that other things could grow. The dark matter that's the very source of its richness. Nothing in this soil is wasted. The difficult things, the hard seasons, the heavy years, the grief and the effort and the doubt, they're all here too. They've composted into nutrients. They're part of what makes this ground so deep. Now look at what's growing from it. There's a tree nearby. Not enormous, but deeply rooted. You can feel its roots even from where you stand. There's something steady about it. That has nothing to do with the size and everything to do with the depth. Move towards it and place both your hands on its bark. Feel the roughness of it, the warmth it has held from the light. Feel the absolute stillness inside it. A stillness that's not empty, but presence. Something alive and completely grounded. Above you, the branches move in the wind, small movements, a little uncertainty in the canopy, and the trunk under your hands does not move. The roots below hold everything. Now imagine for a moment that your own roots go down into the same earth, through the soles of your feet, deep into the soil, not choosing what is there, not filtering it, just receiving all of it, the nourishment, the darkness, the water, the complexity. Feel how much more there is to draw from than you thought. How the ground beneath you is not thin, it's deep. It's been accumulating for a long time. Everything you have moved through, everything you've survived, everything you've learned in seasons that were way harder than this one. And you're also feeding the soil. Every act of self-care, every choice to rest, every moment you choose hope over despair, every time you create, these go back into the earth. They replenish what has been drawn upon. You're not just taking from the ground. You're in a symbiotic relationship with it. Look around you from this place. The world is still doing its difficult, uncertain, and turbulent thing. The wind is still moving in the canopy. You can hear it, and you're not pretending it's not there. From this place, though, rooted, receiving, in contact with what is real beneath you, you're not swept away by it. You're present in it. This isn't a small thing. This is the whole thing. Stay here a moment. Hands on the bark, feet on the ground, the soil beneath you holding everything, the roots beneath that going deep. Hope lives here. Not as a bright promise somewhere ahead of you, but as this, the ground that holds you, the roots that draw you, the patient, dark, nourishing earth that does not give up on you. As we begin to return, I want to offer a few words. Just let them settle gently without effort. Let them rest in you, the way rain comes to rest in soil. I am held by more than I can see. The ground beneath me is deep. What I have moved through has not weakened me. It has become part of what feeds me. I'm not required to carry everything alone. The earth holds what I can't. Staying present in this moment, this is what being rooted means. I am rooted right now. I tend my soil with every act of rest, beauty, care, and creation. And that's enough. That's the work. Hope is not somewhere I'm going. It's in the ground I am standing on. Take one final breath in, drawing the cool, deep air all the way down into your roots. And release it slowly all the way out, returning back to the earth. When you're ready, begin to return. Move your fingers, then your toes, and let your eyes open slowly without rushing. I want you to carry something from this place with you. The steadiness in your feet, the feeling of the bark under your hands, and the knowledge that the ground beneath you is deeper and richer than you have been giving it credit for. Thank you for being here today, for your roots, and for everything that you are still drawing up towards the light. Today's featured artist is not only a talented photographer, but also a dear friend of mine, Marc Mauro. Marc is a New York-based photographer, filmmaker, and visual artist whose work operates at the intersection of creativity and technology. He started developing his artistic voice as early as grammar school, learning chalk and freehand stencil design before mastering the demanding craft of airbrushing. But it's the lens that truly became his home. Marc sees photography as a way we experience life, from still frame to still frame, something that expresses both inner and outer beauty, imposes ideas, and transforms the way another person views the world. In his words, each photograph is essentially a one-shot film. Marc combines creativity and technology together to make something that is far from ordinary, and his philosophy is simple but powerful. Without art, there is no life. Beyond his photography, Marc is the host of The Hour of Power, a show dedicated to highlighting and showcasing artists from around the globe. It's a labor of love that reflects exactly who Marc is, someone who lifts others up and amplifies creative voices wherever they are in the world.
Hi everyone, I'm Marc Mauro, also known as Question Mark. I am a professional photographer who used to work in the industry. I am also an airbrush artist as well as a coral farmer. I want to thank everybody for joining me on today's episode of Art Therapy with MindSoul Meditations. I want to speak a little bit about roots and resilience on today's episode. Resilience is about not changing who you are. It's about not giving up the core personality of who we are. It's about being yourself. No matter what job you take, no matter who you work for, No matter what relationship you're in, no matter who raises you, it's about you being you and not allowing the outside forces of this universe to change who you are. Resilience is about not allowing the voices, the external voices, the seeds that were planted in your head, the doubt, the naysayers, the ones that don't share your vision. Turn these voices off. Resilience is about not listening to these voices, but listening to your voice, your inner voice. It's about quieting the negative. Resilience is about focusing on your path and not changing course. The more you change for people, the more you become somebody different. Not who you are, but who you think everyone else wants you to be. Be who you are. Create the art that speaks to you. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed to create the art that you love. Create the art that you want to create. Create the art that's in your heart. Do not allow this world to change that. Create what you see. Create the vision in your head. Trust the path. Trust the path that you cannot see. And take the first step. They say the hardest step is the first one. Take the smallest one you can. That is what being resilient is about. It's about saying no to the people who want to change who you are because of their insecurities, because they cannot handle your energy or your presence. Listen to your heart. Listen to what it is you love to create. Follow those feelings. Those are the feelings that will lead you through everything. That is what is being resilient is about. Resilience is about listening to yourself and believing in yourself and executing those thoughts and feelings. It might seem crazy at first. Nobody might believe you. That's okay. Push forward. Life is a journey for you. It's about finding out who you are. At times, that path is very alone, and you are the only one who can walk it. I want to thank everyone for watching this episode. I want to thank Chiroa for giving me this opportunity to share this message about resilience and share my art. You can find me at marcmauro.com or ? Thank you. Thank you for your time.
So we're back in Wide World, and our activity for this week is available. We have for episode 13, Roots of Resilience, Drawing Deep Strength. And this week we're going to be doing the white gold style that we've seen before versus electric blue, which was a style that I shared the style reference for it in the previous episode, but I liked it so much that I went ahead and trained it with some of my images so that I could create a style for this week. So you'll see that I played around with the two styles a little bit already, but I do have a prompt ready for us for this week. And we're actually going to do an extreme close-up shot of a woman's face surrounded by daisies, and she has freckles and blue eyes. So I'm going to start by creating my middle of the road image so we can sort of see that blend of the two styles. And then I'm going to drag all the way over to the white gold, and we'll try that one. And then to the other end of the spectrum to the electric blue, and we'll try that one as well. So our images have come back, and we can see from the one on the far right here that it's a perfect blend of the two styles. We have a little bit of a darker blue tint to the image than we would in the middle one, which is our white gold. The middle one is perfectly just what our white gold looks like. And then we have more of the electric blue on the far side. So one thing that's common between the two styles is that they both have a component that contains filigree. And I decided to use these styles because of the filigree, because they sort of represent the roots in Roots of Resilience, and didn't necessarily need to tie me specifically to having to do sort of tree concepts. So I thought this little embellishment of filigree that we see in these styles would add a little something, a little bit of a flair to whatever you want to prompt. So you'll have more of the gold filigree when you're closer on the end of the scale to the white gold, and you'll see more of like this electric blue or white luminescent kind of embellishments when you're in the electric blue style. So both of these styles are fairly flexible. You can pretty much prompt whatever you'd like. So I really hope you enjoy them, and I'd really love to see what it is that you create with them. I'm always fascinated by everybody's creativity and imagination. So I do have some mid-journey prompts to share for this week. Again, they're not really directly related to roots, but I tried to find some that felt a little bit vibrant and empowering. So before we close for this episode, I do want to share a closing reflection. And I want to say that you're not behind, you're not broken, and you're not alone. You're simply a tree in the middle of a difficult season, and your roots are doing exactly what roots do. They're holding on, they're drawing nourishment from what's available, and they're reaching deeper when the surface becomes unstable. The strength that you're looking for is not something from your past. It's not waiting to be retrieved. It's here, in your body, in your breath, and in the act of making, and in the community of other artists whose roots touch yours below the surface. Remember, you're not enduring the present, you are rooted in it, and from those roots, something is growing that the world is waiting to see. So stay present, stay rooted, keep creating. The world needs the light you carry and the roots that you keep alive. Thanks for watching, and I hope you really enjoyed this episode. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe and the notification bell so you're kept up to date with new releases. If you'd like to support art therapy and keep this content free, I'd greatly appreciate it. You can do that by joining me on Patreon, which will be linked in the comments below. Patreon members get access to additional resources, guides, ebooks, prompts, and even the opportunity to work with me one-on-one. Don't forget, we'll also have a free live session on Hey Peers every Friday. I'll put the link for that below as well, and you can join us there to talk about AI prompting or your traditional art, share your art, talk about how this journey is for you, and share your experience of healing through art. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.